Hey guys, welcome back to Pro League here live in the Next Arena. We're jumping into game number 3 of SK Telecom T1 versus the Jin Air Green Wings. It's going to be INnoVation versus Cure. And it's going to be Jin Air's last chance to stay in this one. SK Telecom up 2-0.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. If we see the innovation of old or the innovation of the start of this year, maybe we can just see a 3-0, but it hasn't been the case so far in the last couple of rounds. So Cure is looking like he has a good advantage to take this game. I definitely gave Cure the favor when I went through my predictions, but the danger is always there. INnoVation is still a great player.
Yeah, that he is. He's got that skill in him. It seems like something's going wrong with his play these days. Something's a little bit off. He's not, as you said, the innovation of old, the innovation of round 1 here of the 2015 Pro League, but he's still got it. Let's see if Cure, not Hero, Cure is able to actually pull this one through.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close one, actually.
I think it's going to be surprising. Oh, not surprising. I think it's going to be very close. And I think both these players are not where they want to be right now, which is why we see such a skewed sort of prediction list here.
Me and Daehyun, the guy on the right, their analyst over there, going for INnoVation. The only two. And the rest of you going for Cure.
Yeah. I think a lot of us have been pretty disappointed with how Cure has been playing. So I've lost a bit of faith in him recently. I've kind of been very underwhelmed by his play. Same time there, I mean, we'll get to Cure's stats, but INnoVation, he lost to Byung 1-2 in Code S, getting knocked out very recently, just the other day actually. Besides that, he defeated Flash and Bravo in his last 2 Pro League games though, so TVT wins there. Yeah,
both players playing a lot of TVTs these days. Kind of across the board. Here's INnoVation stats against Cure. He's 12-3.
Well, that's a big deal, actually.
Yeah, pretty dominating record against one player. 12-3. We'll see if that comes into effect today. It may not.
Well, here's Cure. And Cure, he's lost the last 3 Pro League games at least. Lost 3. Lost to MMA, lost to Flash, and lost to CJ Hero. So,
I mean, you can't really take that away from him. MMA, a fantastic TVT player. Flash also probably his best matchup, and then Hero,
I think so, yeah.
Hero as well.
Hero, it is
going up against Cure. So
essentially, right? So, not the biggest surprise that he did lose these games, but still, you got to be feeling pretty down when you're on that lose streak. Now you're up against someone who has a 12-3 record against you.
We'll see how it comes through here. Is INnoVation slump going to get him behind in this game, or is Cure able to bring this one back for his team? The Jin Air Green Wings, their last lifeline here is in Cure. Let's jump into the game on Vaani Research Station right now. Up here in the north, in the red for the SK Telecom T1 Pro Gaming team, it is INnoVation.
Down here in the south for the Jin Air Green Wings Pro Gaming team, it is Cure.
So, Minglade, someone just tweeted at you on Twitter that the new haircut, or the new hairstyle rather, it makes you look like a night elf.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to feel about that.
Well, I appreciate it because, I did play Night Elf in Warcraft 3. It is the...
Night Elves are sexy.
I love Night Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are sexy.
It's good.
They are sexy.
You know who else is sexy, Minglade?
What?
It's you.
Oh, Valdez. Stop, man.
I just had to get it out there.
We're on air
I couldn't
right
hold
now.
back anymore.
I know. Save it for the breaks, buddy.
All right, man. We can go to the bathroom together later.
Well, all right then. I guess we're just going right there, dude.
Yeah. Not holding back anymore.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Well, so far, both these players playing a very standard game. No proxies here. Same sort of timings for everything so far. No surprise either. Yeah.
Barracks first for both players. No one deciding to go for gas first, as the more aggressive style TVT players would like to do.
Yeah, and you can imagine that on this map as well, right? Because it does have a lot of drop potential, in the natural and in the main base. It's pretty easy to get it done, but still, the natural is protected by that ramp at the main base, so it's very easy to block off, so you can't really find any damage with Hellions or anything else on the ground.
Yeah.
So it does make for a bit of a slower start to these games and more Reaper-oriented openings.
Yeah, for sure. I think we'll definitely see both players. Well, not definitely. I suppose either or player could go for a reactor, get a lot of Marines out. We've seen that from time to time. And actually, in fact, INnoVation going to be the one to go for a Marine first, whereas Kier going to commit to that Reaper.
All right, so he wants to get that factory out a little bit faster. Maybe go for some drop play, maybe even Banshee. Great map for mech as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw INnoVation go for that.
Yeah. I remember INnoVation versus Maru on this map. It was a pretty close game, actually. In the end, INnoVation did fall to Maru. A lot of people asking both of us on Twitter, why is Maru not playing? Well, we'll get back to you guys when we talk to the generic coach, but for now, we're not so sure.
Yeah,
we can only speculate.
Players do need breaks. Sometimes players aren't playing very well as well. Like he is like the best Terran in the world, but doesn't mean he doesn't have off weeks, off days. Yeah. Maybe like other players deserve a chance to play because Maru gets played so often, and the ace match is always there for him as well.
It's very true. Unfortunately, they would have liked to have Maru out here in the beginning to get them a win to bring them to that ace match, but
yeah, well, we know, Maru's kind of had some trouble in TVZ recently as well. He's been getting beaten down a lot by these top players, and Scout not going to find anything.
Just sees 4 Marines and a gas. That's about it. Doesn't even see the other gas. May want to think about putting down a scan here in a bit, but at the same time, got to be wary. May want to save those scans for possible Cloak Banshee coming in.
Yeah, definitely. Going to be on top of that. So we are going to see Cure get for that much faster expansion, but he's going to be delayed in every other aspect. He's going to be defending against these Banshees with Marines for the moment. He hasn't even started his starboard yet. Only going down now.
Ooh, it's going to be a Raven, actually, out of INnoVation.
Okay.
We've been seeing this from time to time, and the players just taking the more defensive approach.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to come back to bite him, though, because, he is being defensive against someone who's being very greedy.
Yeah.
And we are seeing Reactor Hellions from Cure as well, so might be want to go into some aggression of his own. He's going to have like a lot of units on the map to deflect anything coming out of INnoVation.
Reaper now coming in here. A lot of Marines ready for it, but it is going to skirt around the left side and get a full scout of this base now.
Yeah, it's going to see everything he needs to see.
Yeah.
He is doing just fine.
It won't see the Raven, but it sees that there's nothing being upgraded there at the tech lab of the starport. So, could assume it.
Could assume it, that's for sure. It looks like it's going to be some safety play for. We did see the engineering bay go down from Kira, so probably going to be some turrets going up soon. And I wonder what we're going to see from Kira from this. We could see him either go into mech, or we could simply see him go into bio. It looks like it's going to be mech there. He isn't really using that racks for any sort of upgrades for the bio. Just going to be training it out for Banshees.
Yeah, that's going to be the add-on supplier now for the space.
Yeah.
And, oh, nice. Picks off a little Helene there.
And you know what? The Raven also speaks volumes about what tech they want to go as well, because if you have a Raven, obviously Ravens are so good in mech versus mech play, or mech play in general, having that point defense drone, keeping the air dominant for you. And
yeah, even auto turrets in just straight up skirmishes can really help you out and mess up the AI of the tanks at times as well. Yeah, definitely that PDD. Going to be very useful. Both players now going for mech. So, may see a bit of a longer one here.
Nice scan from Curie. He's going to see everything he needs to. No, for sure it is going to be mech play from INnoVation. Not using that second... actually, INnoVation kind of on pause right now. He got like quite a bank up for time there. He wasn't actually transferring his buildings over or anything like that. Not do his add-ons, so just waiting, moving across the map instead. A little bit of a slip in macro there.
Yeah. Kind of strange. Kier now going to have more Hellions. Going to be able to pick off one. Going to get revenge for that one he lost earlier. And here's the scouting barracks now coming across the map from INnoVation.
Yeah, both players just going for that mech style, going for the Hellion Viking, essentially. INnoVation going for that Infernal Pre-Igniter just a little bit earlier.
Yeah, which is funny because he only has 3 Hellions at this point in time. He's much more committing to the air at this time, although he now begins that Hellion production.
Yeah.
3 at a time.
Yeah, 3 at a time, so he is going to go for that big mass. And I don't know. And we're seeing tank production already from Cure, so if he gets them set up in a nice place, I think he's just going to be at an advantage to deflect anything that comes along.
Kind of worried about that Banshee for Kiri. He's going to have to be very careful about that air control. Right now we see both these guys on even Vikings, so... And they both actually got a Raven out. You know, INnoVation got it out slightly earlier with that, with his Raven, so it's got full energy now. But by the time they do engage, they both should have pretty much full energy.
Yeah, pretty much at this point there. Pretty neck and neck. And we are going to see INnoVation move across the map. Now that Infernal Pre-Ignite is finished, he might be looking for some damage, maybe looking for a way to deny this third base. If he can get it done, it's going to do huge, but it's going to be hard with the tank set up there already.
Yeah, and more tanks popping out now. He's going to have 2 in total by the time this attack hits.
Ooh, I like this though as well. You know, we do see those, you see on the mini-map, those Vikings on the right side moving down towards that pocket natural as well. If they could land in there, you know, they could do a lot of work while everything is out of position.
I think they're going for it, but we do have his spotting barracks on the right side. It is going to be taken out, but it will see all those air units moving over to the right side. So Kira should have enough forewarning, but where's the air of Kira to defend against this Banshee? 1 tank getting very low. He's going to have to force a repair out here.
Oh, this is awkward indeed. We're actually seeing a lot of Hellions go down as well.
And there's that Infernal Pre-Igniter coming in here, taking out all the Hellions. The Banshee finally goes down. But is it going to be enough for Kira here to defend?
Ooh, I don't think so, actually. Not with these Marines helping out as well, just adding that extra DPS on these tanks. And wow, we're actually going to see INnoVation break this and do some real damage.
Yep, that's going to be it. Looks like Kira did win the air fight on the right side, but he's losing the front battle now. Vikings forced to land here at the front. And that Blue Flame really helping out in this fight here for INnoVation.
Yeah, making a big difference. Every SCV going down in this natural. And there's another tank here. If it sets up in a good place, it might have a chance, but it's going to get jumped on top of.
Oh, yeah, already taking a ton of damage. The Vikings land even. It's got a full concave now on everything that Kira's got.
Oh, big lineup as well. Top of the ramp's going to be a little bit harder. Another tank out. Still going to try and push the issue. I'm not sure about that.
No, I don't like that at all. Kind of forcing it too much. You know, he's done a ton of damage. He's getting his own third base back at home. Just roll with your advantage. Don't try to force it right now. He's not going to be able to kill Kira here, but he's definitely done well for himself with that attack. Just, going a little bit too far there at the end.
A little bit too far. At the end of all things, they are still pretty even. We do see like a little bit of a production advantage from Cure. You know, he had those 3 factories up a lot earlier, and he did have that third base up a lot earlier as well, so he could get down those extra mules. A little bit of a supply lead for INnoVation at the end of all that, but
it's very slight.
Yeah, they kind of traded blow for blow in the end.
Yeah. So we're kind of just going to see this game once again toned down a bit as these guys build up their mech armies. And I like that. I like the fact that INnoVation wasn't really just able to win it with one big push there very early on. We're going to get to see these guys go blow for blow here in TBT. And
this could do something, Valdez.
They're all lining up. All the SCVs trying to get a split now, but now they're all bunched up, getting more and more kills.
Yeah, got a few. Pulled him off the line for a long time as well, so that's going to give a little bit more momentum for Cure than his production and economy. But still, I mean, look at the supply advantage. Still 10 supply advantage for INnoVation right now.
Yeah. It was a costly trade. You know, he rolls up in there with 6 Hellions, and he loses all of them for 5 SCVs. At the same time, you know, you mentioned the big pull off the line, but he's going to be down here in Army Supply for a little bit.
Yeah, big air advantage for INnoVation as well. The Viking counts currently 10-4, so he dominates the sky essentially. It's going to make things a lot harder. We actually see the Vikings still kind of like camping outside that pocket natural.
INnoVation really wants to kill that barracks.
Yeah, man, we're going to stop that factory production, but I think it's a little too late. 5 factories already done for Cure. You don't really need more than that. And he's actually going to fly in and commit to this. This is interesting.
This is huge harass here from INnoVation, but at the end of the day, is it going to be worth it? That's the question. He's going to force some units back here from Cure to defend this. This is a lot of Vikings now doing some damage, taking out all the turrets.
Oh, we're actually going to see a big commitment from INnoVation at the front against 5 sieged up tanks as well.
I don't know about this.
That is ambitious, Valdez. That is true ambition. It's not going to find too much.
He's losing a lot of his tanks now with his push. He's able to take out a bunch of SCVs. At the same time, a lot of these Vikings doing good work in the back. Going to take out a lot of SCVs.
It's actually quite a lot. 18 SCVs going down. I mean, he traded a lot of units for it, but you know, while he's doing this as well, he's putting down that 4th CC, keeping the pressure on Kira. He's not moving out anytime soon.
Yeah, once again, these guys kind of just trading blow for blow. I mean, if you look at supplies, INnoVation slightly ahead, but not too far ahead. Kira already, he's got that 4th CC up. He's flying it over, whereas INnoVation only building it now. A bit of a drop now coming into the main. Not sure if INnoVation's going to be ready for this one. There are no turrets, no units, only SCVs.
Oh, caught it just in time. Still 1 Hellion running rampant. 3 in that natural. This could do a lot.
Yeah, 3 Hellions here. Looks like he's going to try to split up the SCVs, take as little damage as possible.
Well, 3 so far, you know, that's not bad at all. As I say that, they all bunch up.
He was very close to getting some critical damage there in that backdoor base. At the same time, Kira now moving out on the map. It's going to be a bit of a hard push. You know, we're talking about that air lead. It's pretty huge right now for INnoVation. 9 Vikings to 0. It seems like Kira's just committed to Thors instead to deal with the air. He's kind of conceded that air battle.
Yeah, when you get just too far behind, you kind of have to just make do with Thors. And Thors are fine. It just means spotting is just a little bit harder, you know, when it comes to tank fights. There's always an advantage for the air. One with the air control.
For a second there, we saw 2 engineering bases for INnoVation. I think it was a mistake. He finished one and canceled the other, but I was about to say, like, are we going to see him switch into bio or something? Like,
that would be interesting at this point, and I think it would be a pretty grave mistake.
Mildly insane, you may say.
Mildly insane? Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. I think he just wants that for the turrets, of course, here to help out with the harass that Kira's putting on.
Yeah. Scans going down. Big army advantage currently for INnoVation. But, you know, it's all about finding those right engagements. As you can see, another drop into that natural.
INnoVation, the program kind of stalling here once again. Just all of his units in the middle of the map, struggling to deal with the multitasking back in his backdoor base. He will eventually clean it up, but 12 SCVs have gone down.
I think more are going to go down before it's all ended as well, because he's already sending the SCVs back, and they're all bunching up.
Yeah, he's having a lot of trouble with that harass.
Here we go again. Still the positioning war happening. You cannot engage on that INnoVation. That will kill you.
Yep. Kira very smartly. Uh-oh. He's going to go for a drop here. Not a planetary at the 4th base of INnoVation. Kira went for a planetary himself.
Yeah, it's a little bit more greedy as INnoVation. He did have the map control for the longest time, so I can understand why, but...
Ooh, look at this. He's trying to get that position down beneath the factories, but Kira, he's just going to go for it. Going for the big siege up, but a lot of Hellbats being dropped out of all of the tanks of Pure.
That is way too much. Everything getting wiped out. Look at that supply lead now for INnoVation. Beautiful engagement.
Yep, and he's right underneath those factories right now. So he's even going to take one of them out, as well as the tech lab, and now he can just elevate her up here into the main, and he's right on that production. Yep,
once you get some of the production like this, you're essentially checkmating, especially in a mirror match like this in TVT. If you cannot produce units, there's no way to come back. Units coming out just getting annihilated right now.
Kira in a bit of a bind. INnoVation just getting that huge position in the main. Factory after factory goes down. Kira going to try to float some buildings and go for a bit of a last-ditch effort. The Hellbats moving forward, but he's losing everything. And GG, INnoVation's going to get the win and secure that 3-0 victory for SK Telecom.
Yeah, what a stomp from SKT. Classic doesn't have to play today.
Unfortunate, you know, I wanted to see Classic, actually.
Yeah, he's always a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Well, SKT is just completely unstoppable this round. 5-0 now. Ridiculous.
They're 5-0 and +9. Quite the opposites of Prime this time around. They weren't happy with the results from the first 2 rounds, and they're saying, hey, we got to get our #1 spot back. And it seems like all their players really in the groove these days. I'd say the only one who's not really is probably INnoVation, kind of falling off compared to round 1. But the rest of them really pulling the weight while he was down. And, you know, at least able to get a win today was INnoVation. So
he's looking good, actually. Like he had some really solid TVT there. It was fun to watch. I love it when he gets his mech up, but it's about getting there, which is the hardest thing for this guy. So, pretty nice match. 3-0, pretty dominant over Jin Air.
Yeah.
I think they really needed Maru to come out, but maybe he just needed that break.
I suppose so.
It's not like Jin Air are doing horribly. They're not desperate for points just yet, but I think they might be getting a little nervous after another loss like this. They're like 2-3 now.
Yep, 2-3. It's extremely close here in round 3. There are 6 teams that were 2-2 before today's matches.
Now,
So it's really there on a knife's edge between all those guys.
yeah, I think they might be looking to the future as well. Jin Air have got to play against MVP and Samsung Galaxy as the last 2 matches this round. So some pretty easy games compared to what they would be dealing with, especially today.
That's true.
They might be saving their time, resting their important player, the most important player of all, getting ready for the easy games. They're just going to that playoff match and just dominate.
Could be. Well, here we go, guys. It was a 3-0 today for SK Telecom T1 over the Jin Air Green Wings. Sue able to take out Rogue on Expedition Lost, and Dream doing his thing against Protoss, against SOS there, winning on Cactus Valley. Then INnoVation closes it out, and a nice TBT on Vaani Research Station against Pure.